I want to give you a chance to actually react to Bill Maher and this clip. So let's watch this clip and let's react to it.
That informed us that in November of this year, the population of the Earth will hit 8 billion is not good news. And those who are regarded as such should be treated for TikTok brain.
Oh, TikTok brain. You have a TikTok brain.
The Secretary General of the United Nations, of all people, said that welcoming our 8 billionth person was an occasion to celebrate our diversity. Yes, what a comfort that people of all races will be contributing to an already unsustainable carbon footprint and choking and starving equally. Have you seen what has been happening with the climate in recent years? Did you see England last week? England is pretty far north, but the runways are melting. Our farmland is shrinking due to scorching temperatures and drought. 1 out of 4 people on Earth is food insecure, what we used to call hungry. There's another one. And billions face some form of water scarcity. Water isn't the only thing we're running out of. Clean air, quality soil, rainforests, wetlands, the precious metals that make our phones work. Tracy Stone Manning is our director of the Bureau of Land Management, and she said, if there were fewer of us, we would have less impact. We must consume less, and more importantly, we must breed fewer consuming humans. Yes, I thought this was a duh. And until very recently, it was. But now there's a growing movement of people more worried about population decline. Decline, that's what we should be celebrating. But Elon Musk says,
the biggest problem the world will face in 20 years is population collapse.
But I have no idea what he's talking about when he says Earth could sustain many times its current population and the ecosystem would be fine. It's not fine now.
Okay, so Bill Maher is certainly funny, but is he correct?
90% of what he said was wrong. There were some things where we can talk about it, but let's start with the basics. The big mistake that Bill makes, the lesson that he hasn't learned, is that human beings are fundamentally different from other animals. Other animals, when the times are good, you have a lot of food, they eat a lot, they procreate a lot, they consume everything around them, and then the population collapses. But we are not just consumers. We are a different type of animal. We are innovators. We are long-term planners. We have reason. We are able to create processes, improve our productivity in such a way that we can get more food from less land, more food with fewer inputs, more food at a cheaper cost. And we've been doing this for a very long time.
But wouldn't he say, and people like him say, that still more population means robbing the Earth from its resources? We're still, more population, still using more of Earth's resources, more land, creating a larger carbon footprint, which apparently is something that they're very concerned about. What's your answer to that?
What does it mean to be using resources? The same resources which caveman had, we have. They are still here. For now, steel may be trapped in high-rise buildings, but if suddenly we couldn't produce any more steel, we could still extract steel from those buildings, meaning all the resources that we need are still here. Some of them are being used, but they can be reused. All you need is new knowledge to take the atoms which we are currently using in a certain way and reuse them in a different way. A perfect example of that would be something like lithium. Now that so many cars are becoming electric cars, you can't open a newspaper without somebody freaking out about what will happen when we run out of lithium.
Right.
Who is to say that in 10 years' time or 20 years' time, we are going to be needing lithium in order to power our electric vehicles? Maybe it will be sodium, which right now they are working on. Now, sodium is just salt, which is also a byproduct of desalination when you turn salt water into fresh water. So the problem here, I think, is the problem of not understanding that within economics, you very often come across substitutes. You're using something in order to accomplish a goal. Let's say you kill a lot of whales in order to extract their fat in order to burn candles. And then you project into the future and think, oh my God, what will happen when the final whale is killed? What are we going to use in order to read books? Well, it turns out that we found natural gas and oil and coal, and we are able to create electricity to read books without having to kill a lot of whales, right? So that's what's called substitution. And we have no idea where new discoveries are going to come from and which commodities we'll be using in order to, because it doesn't really matter whether you are using whale or whether you're using coal. What you want to do is to read the book. And so the cheapest possible way to get to it is better. It has an environmental added bonus that you don't have to kill beautiful animals.